Protagonist versus Antagonist. Hey guys, before we begin this wrestling match between these two individuals, let's find out all there is to know about them. Let's start with these two items, rice and beef. These two items, as we know, belong to the food class. However, rice belongs to the grain group in food, while meat belongs to the protein group. The two food groups perform different functions and create the difference in the two items. Just like rice and meat, the protagonist and antagonist belong to the character group in literature. Though they both belong to the character group, they perform different functions in their roles. And this creates the difference in these two types of characters. Now, let's take a look at the roles and functions of these two characters in literature. The protagonist. The protagonist is the main character in a story, the person whom the story revolves around. A protagonist basically drives the action in a story. Most times, the protagonist is the good guy in the story. Sose, a sales rep, was hardworking and diligent to his work. He always met and exceeded his targets every month. This made him really close to his boss, who in turn gave him a raise at every new feat he achieved every month. The boss gave me extra pay again this month, Sose told his partner, Faya. Oh, that's cool. Lucky you, Faya responded. Unknown to Sose, Faya was jealous of him. While Sose was out with their boss for lunch one day, Faya snuck into their boss's office, picked his phone, and slipped it into Sose's bag. When their boss got back and couldn't find his phone, he requested that Faya dial his number so he could easily locate his phone. What is my phone doing in your bag? The boss asked Sose after tracing his phone's ringtone to his bag. Sose was completely shocked. I have no idea how your phone got into my bag, Sose said, feeling really sad. Their boss said nothing more and stormed out of the office. Sose was scared, not knowing what would happen to his job for a crime he was innocent of. Unfortunately for Faya, there was a CCTV camera in the boss's office he wasn't aware of when he and Sose resumed work 4 months ago. Their boss checked the CCTV camera and realized that Faya had framed Sose up. Sose was exonerated and Faya was sacked. Can you guess the main character in that story? Sose, correct. Sose is the protagonist in the story because he basically drove the action in the story and he was the good guy Faya wanted to hurt. Now let's talk about the antagonist. See the antagonist as a slight opposite of the protagonist. The antagonist is the force that stands against the protagonist's achievement. It could be a human or non-human force like a dragon, a disease, or even the emotion of the protagonist. The antagonist is usually the bad guy in a story. In the case of Sose and Faya, Faya was the force that stood against Sose. So Faya is the antagonist. Imagine playing a football game. Your club is Gain FC, and the club you're playing against is Run FC. Your club, Gain FC, is the protagonist whose goal is to win the match, while Run FC is the antagonist, stopping your club from winning. As humans, we all have antagonists, things that stand in the way of our achieving our dreams. Now that we know the difference between the protagonist and the antagonist, let the match begin.